We've had a little walk around shops today, seeing what we can pick up. Cheap seeds, get some things started now, since the weather is starting to improve a little bit. And we got a few bits. We bought some flowers today. So we got things like marigolds there, 25p. So yeah, pretty good deal. Candy tuft, 50p. Some pansies, which we're going to get those sown today, 50p. Now these ones are called a blue bedder. And I grew some of these last year, popped them in from seed, no hassle, no messing about with them. They all germinated and they turned out to be really good plants. I put them in a border in garden and they went mad. We had, there was probably say 3 strands in the cells, about 3 or 4 inch tall. Growing up, there was 3 strands together and I just planted them out like that, and within 2-3 months they multiplied and they bushed out to this size, and they filled all the corner of the raised bed planter that I've done for the flowers. Really good, easy to germinate, and they lasted all year constantly. Even when it dropped really cold October, they were still going. They've died back again now, and I do believe they're an annual, but I've left them in just in case they grow some fresh ones, because yeah, very good. What you need to be doing as well when you're planting flowers especially, make sure you check back at packet, because on the back of the packet it will tell you all the info that you need. And more importantly, not all seeds, not all flower seeds are planted the same. Some, they need light to germinate. If you bury them, they won't germinate. So just make sure you read back of this, it's really important. Also, while we was out, I got some of these from Poundland. About 8 tubs. And these are really good, because if you want to start off 2 or 3 different things but you've got limited space, then all you need to do is get these little plastic things which you can use and drill holes in the bottom like that, and then you've got a little planter, so you can sprinkle a few seeds on, pop a label in, put it to one side, and obviously they're not going to take hardly any space up at all. So what we're going to do with these, we're just going to fill them to the top like that, and then we're going to just tamp it down a little bit, because we want a nice level bed for his seeds to go on. So just a little piece of wood, something like that, and just get a bit of a press down. Don't really crush it down, because you want to keep some air in this. So just like that, make yourself a nice level bed for your seeds to go on, and then you want to pop some water on it. Make sure you move your seeds though. So we'll give that a bit of water, let it settle, and we'll give it a bit more. The other good thing about these as well is, when you've watered it, you can see when it starts to dry out as well. So obviously a lot of times people plant seeds and they water them and the top dries out, so they water it again, and that's not always necessary when a plant's actually growing, because the roots are going down to the bottom and the bottom is probably still wet. But at least with these you can see that. So I'm just going to give that another bit of water. So the first thing I'm going to do today on this video is I'm going to start with the pansies. I've had a quick read on back just to double check, and you do put a very thin layer of compost on top of these seeds, and they'll take about 28 days to germinate. I did grow a lot of these last year, and true to the packet, they did take quite a while to germinate, and then once they'd grown to little seedlings, they took quite a while again to get into a bigger plant. So if you can get these started now, get them started. And this particular variety is called Swiss Giant. So I'll get these seeds out and we'll have a look. This particular pack has 120 seeds in it, and we know they're not all going to germinate, but for 50p. So we're going to take some of these out and we'll have a look how big these seeds are. So if you can see that on the camera, they are quite small seeds. So what we're going to do with those is we're just going to broadcast them over the top. Just rub between finger and thumb. And they're like an orangey coloured seed, these, which is quite good because you can actually see them going onto the soil, making sure that you haven't got them all bunched up in one area. So there you go, there's your seeds on. Hopefully you can see it on camera. Little orange seeds. And now, as the packet said, what we need to do is lightly cover them. You don't want to just get an handful of compost and chuck it on top. You want to give it a light covering. And I find the best way to do that is to use a colander, because I can sprinkle it over the top and I can see exactly how much compost is going on. So once I can't see these seeds anymore, they're covered. So what we're going to do is take this and shake it over the top. And that quick they're buried. But we know they're not buried deep, which is the main thing. We're then going to give them another watering. A light one, don't blast them or you will blast the seeds all over the place. So you want to just check and then just give it a little blast like that. I know these things are quite hard to control sometimes, but you're better off blasting away from it and then just do that. And that's it, that's enough, we're finished. Now the only other thing that we're going to do is we're going to cover them, because we're going to make these cheap little containers into little propagators. So we'll just take a bit of cling film and we'll cover it up. So now we've done that, we'll just keep it somewhere warm. We know the seeds are going to take a while to germinate, but this is going to keep the moisture in for us as well. So we've done that bit. Don't forget to label them, as you will never remember what you've planted. So just get a little label, something, a little sticker, pop it on top or on side, it's up to you. So there we go, we've got those done. And pop the seeds back in here because there is still some left, and we'll see how we get on with these germinating, just for the time being. But because we're fastly approaching March now, which is really good, the winter's been too long. It always, in the UK it's always horrible. So there we go, all finished. Pop them to one side, stick a label on, and then just wait for your flowers to germinate. Anyway, thank you very much for tuning in, really appreciate the views. If you want to see some more videos as we go through growing season, then just hit that subscribe button and the notifications bell, and then you'll know every time I upload a new video. Thank you very much.